Hello everyone, I am Falguni and I have Dr. Sukant with me today. Dr. Sukant Khurana is an entrepreneur, mentor, public speaker, and a well renowned scientist. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me here.
So, in continuation with our series where we talk about body language, my question to you, sir, today is we often see people fidgeting a lot with objects or their fingers, and
Mhm.
also touching or rubbing their ears while having conversation or in other settings. What do you think that means in the context of body language?
Nervousness, wanting reassurance. So, fidgeting is interesting. People often start playing with nearby objects, keys, coins, pen, ring, even their necklace. Women will play with that. Men often, even whatever jewelry men wear, often in India, chains, right? It's a sign of boredom. You really don't want to talk, right? You're really bored with the conversation and you're trying to get out. I haven't been known to fidget for a long time, but I guess I remember my paternal grandmother telling me, because I used to be really bored with conversations or playing with my paternal cousins, almost like we're talking 35 years ago, when I was like 8 years old or something, that I would fidget a lot, right? When I'll go to their home, I'll really not have much to do at the moment. So fidgeting is a sign of boredom, right? When you're really trying to get out of a conversation or get out of a situation, you will fidget. In fact, it's even telling you, the person who's fidgeting is telling you that they don't want to really talk to you at the moment. Some people may even just fidget with their fingers, right? Like do this. They need not have a pen or this, or they don't need to play with their glasses all the time, right? They don't need to play around with keychains. Keychain is can be very useful also. Let's say if I know somebody understands body language, I don't have to say everything to them. I want to tell them I'm done with this conversation, I want to leave. I can just take out my car keys and start playing, then look at my watch. That's more than sufficient indication to say I want an out of this conversation, right? Without saying that I had it enough, right? It can often happen if, let's say, somebody wants you to drag you in a political conversation you don't want to be part of. So you can even use fidgeting as a way, not necessarily just a watch or a car key, to tell them you're bored, right? So you could even use it actively, but most people use it passively without realizing it's their boredom thing and also sign of needing sensory reassurance. It's like kids wanting to hold on to their favorite toy, right? Um, People are anxious, short on time. Sometimes they're even disappointed when they start fidgeting. I mean, I've seen that once in a while, even with me when I was a professor, like seeing some students do, instead of telling them like, I might do this or this, okay, tell me the whole report. I'm like, if I'm disappointed and I really want to say that somebody is a newcomer, I might internally be feeling disappointed, and I could notice that I'm fidgeting because I'm not feeling like being in the moment of that conversation. When you see people at airport, they fidget a lot. Almost 80% people fidget when they're checking in for a jumbo jet. In contrast, on railway station, it's only 8% because you've got too many things to handle at an airport, right? In fact, historically, if you look at Elvis's appearance in 1969, which was after a gap of 9 years from stage, you can see the video. Even he was fidgeting. The king of pop, or king of pop is basically having that issue. You can understand any one of us can fidget. It's not like you fidgeted and you failed. But it's a sign of anxiousness, it's a sign of boredom, it's a sign of insecurity. Ear rubbing is sort of related to that. People, do repetitive touch in various ways to their ears. Often it's just rubbing. Sometimes it can even be pulling, it can even be scratching, right? Some people can even pick at it or rub very vigorously. Often it can be back of ear, and you know, these are again signs of anxiety, not just boredom. Like fidgeting is often boredom and or anxiety. Ears is mostly anxiety, and people want to ease tensions during stressful situations, right? A lot of people who face public speaking for the first time are fidgeting, I've given several TEDx talks, and when I meet people who are first time speakers, I often see them doing this, right? This kind of things, and you can even ask them, gently pat on their back and say, "Hey, are you giving a talk for the first time? Just relax. I think you've done amazing work. You've got a great story, right?" So when you see people being anxious or stressed out, they will deal with their ears. Calm speakers will not. In a business deal, you can also figure out, right? But sometimes people even want to block some information, and they might actually look at, they might, once they've heard something, they might even play with their ears this way, right? They're literally like trying to block the information, even though it's already entered their minds, right? So this is sort of what ear playing with ear means. Anxiety, stress. It's a way of releasing stress, similar to like neck vagus nerve stimulation. You are stimulating vagus nerve from ears also, but it's also can be desire not to be in that situation, wanting to block that information, right? Okay. It's almost even same like when people want to press a reset button by rubbing their eyes, right? Okay, tired, but eyes is mostly tired, some anxiety, ears is more anxiety. It's almost like the three monkeys on the tree. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. People may even want to do this, right? Again, same sign. Touching yourself excessively is a sign of anxiety. It often manifests in form of ears, eyes, mouth. Ears most often. Eyes can be more of reset. Again, some anxiety involved. Obviously, you're tired. And ears can even be a sign of desire to block you. Right? So when you see you're making a pitch for business, you're trying to explain something in a classroom, and you see people excessively reaching out for their ears. You should find a way of reassuring them. Right? You should find a way of opening them. So these body language, understanding of body language can make you from a small level manager to a senior manager in a span of several years rather than several decades. So your career journey can be very fast. Right? So these are very important things to know, and glad we can be of some use in answering them. Thank you.
Well, that was helpful, sir. Thank you for enlightening us with that information.
Thank you
So,
very much, Falguni, for asking this.
so anyone who is interested in applying at Ioncure can reach out to us at volunteer@ioncurerx.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.